hoodlums. So we got Biff. All right, let's bring him in. There he is. How you feeling, buddy?
Hey,
Good to see you.
yeah, Don the comedian.
Well, we're going to see about that on our UK and Europe tour in April and May.
Yeah.
So we have to figure out what we're going to do.
It's pretty good to be supporting you.
That's Well, I knew you had an album coming out, and I wanted to help you out a little bit, and I figured let me take Biff on the road with me.
Yeah,
I'm big
hope
over
you got
there.
a good bus.
Yeah, I got a good bus for us, and of course, great timing with my album Denim and Laughter. And what I'm hoping is that when I sell these at our shows, that people think I'm selling denim and leather, and I'll get a bunch of extra sales by accident.
Yeah, people be giving you the sympathy buy.
Yeah. That's all right. I'll take it. A laugh's as good as a groan, right,
Yes.
Joe? In
Yeah.
comedy. So
Nothing like sympathy, $20.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, I got to do the conversion. I haven't even thought. There's so many things I haven't thought out, including kind of what we're going to do on the tour. I mean, I guess I'm going to come out, maybe tell a few jokes, like, oh, good to see everybody here. This is more packed than the front of Biff spandex in the 80s. What do you think about that as an opener?
I think that's pretty cool. Yeah. I think that's pretty cool. I could get you some bananas and things. That'd be good.
Yeah, maybe you can lend me those old silver spandex you used to wear.
No, I think they've gone. I think some girl pinched them back in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got the new album, and this is your first one ever. So, like, why now? Have you been sitting on these songs, or did you just get a creative spurt in the last couple of years?
Yeah, I've been sitting on a few of the songs, like the title track, School of Hard Knocks. A bit of an autobiographical album, really. It's all about the stuff that influenced me and the music that I like. There's a bit of hard rock on there, like the title track, and then there's some prog rock, then there's some full-on metal, and there's a bit softer stuff. So yeah, I like listening to all sorts of. I'm a sucker for a good song, Don.
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, you've never been blamed for not being an excellent songwriter, as well as a great vocalist. Still to this day, performing at the top of your craft. You have a video that I showed a couple weeks ago for the title track, School of Hard Knocks, and there's a new one that just came out called Me and You. And it's a ballad that you wrote for your wife. Who knew you were so romantic, Biff?
It is. I'm a bit of a romantic on the quiet, mate.
Yeah.
But you have to bring me flowers.
You didn't write a song called Me and Don. It's Me and You.
Yeah, me and I, or me and thee would be. Me and thee would be the Yorkshire one.
Oh boy, see that's the other thing.
Yorkshire dialect would be me and thee.
I got to come up with some you're gonna have to teach me some hip, British slang and stuff.
I'm going to teach you lots, Don. Don't worry about it.
I've ridden on the bus. I've ridden on the bus with you. I will say, besides being a master singer, he is a legendary ball buster of the highest proportions.
If you don't get enough laughs, mate, you're going in the trailer behind the bus. That's the thing.
I thought that's where I was starting, and then had to work my way into the bus. So
we can do that. It's a good idea.
So then what I'll do is, after I come out and do my little thing, then you're going to come out. We're going to do kind of a talk show type of thing, back and forth. We're going to talk about, obviously, your career, all the years with Saxon, ranging from 1980 Monsters of Rock Festival, the first one over in England, to being on that weird French label Carrere, to the Strong Arm of the Law, to the Power and the Glory, to all.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about.
And then all the way through the 90s, that Saxon stayed alive all the way through the 90s. And then, because the music got a little, then when the late 80s came around, there was then a little more Hairspray came into the band a little bit, right? A little more commercial. And then the 90s came.
Yeah.
And then the 90s came, things got a little darker. And then you get into the 2000s where you have modern Saxon classics like Lionheart, Inner Sanctum, and the last album, Thunderbolt.
You don't need me on the show, mate. You've got it. You've got it there.
And of course, your long-standing friendship with Lemmy from Motorhead. May he rest in peace. Yeah. And you wrote a great ode to him as well on the last album.
Yeah. Yeah, we wrote. They played rock and roll because obviously anybody ever saw Motorhead, that's what Lemmy used to say when he walked out on stage. We're Motorhead, and we play rock and roll. So that was his. Stage. First thing he said to people. So I thought it was a pretty cool title.
Yeah, you have a song about you and your wife. You have a song about Lemmy. So I'm thinking after a month on the road together, I might get a song out of this.
You could get a song out of it. Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. But yeah, you never know, mate. We're very unpredictable.
This is true. I got the initiation for riding on the bus with Saxon is that they call it the Chile Challenge, where you have to give you those guys collect hot sauces. So actually, so you set it up, Biff.
Oh yeah, the hot sauce contest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you failed on that. In fact, most Americans do actually. I know you make hot chilies and things there, but we've had quite a lot of guys over the years. Chris Jericho, we burnt his face off back in the day. So it's a tradition to try the hot sauces. You can't chew without the hot sauce.
And you get them from all over the world, so you can. And fans give you like the hottest of the hot sauces, but you also grow those hot chilies in your backyard, right?
Yeah, we grow them. Yeah, we grow them in what we call the greenhouse. The hot house.
Yeah.
So I've got a little thing, back in the garden there with glass on it. Yeah, you can just buy a little plant in a pot, put it in there, keep feeding it with. I think you feed it with
gasoline.
I think you feed it with blood, yeah, some sort of fish blood, I don't know, something weird. And a bit like a tomato plant. And then when the flowers come on, you stop feeding it, and then you sort of starve the little bastards. And then the chilies come out, and the less you feed them, the hotter they are.
Yeah, and then you feed them to unsuspecting American comedians on the tour bus. One drop on a tortilla chip, Joe. Oh my God. Like just instant fire. Chugged, and of course, and they film it, and put it out on all their social media.
Right.
Chug down a cold Miller Lite, and which barely relieves the pain, but then the minute the beer's done, straight back to as hot as it was before. And this goes on.
You're looking forward to the next one, aren't you?
What's that?
You're looking forward to the next tour.
Hey, I'm ready. If it'll get me out of the trailer and onto the bus, I'm willing to do just about anything.
We're going to get some hot sauce for you, mate.
All right. Hot sauce and plenty of red wine will be a lot of fun. And at the end of the show, obviously, people are going to want to hear songs off the new album, School of Hard Knocks. So you and your solo band that you put together, you'll be doing a full electric musical set.
Yeah, it's a full-on rock show after the talking part, which is a bit unique. People are struggling a little bit to know what we're doing. But I think once we get this thing... I think everybody's going to do this later on. I think it's a good idea, like a bit of a talk. Audience can get involved if they want. They can shout out questions and we can shout back answers. That'd be cool. So we'll keep it pretty loose, have a great time, play a few cover versions. I might play a couple of Judas Priest songs, maybe AC/DC, maybe some obscure band called Saxon, might do a couple of songs for them. And, just have a great time.
Well, cool. Everybody pick up School of Hard Knocks, Biff Byford, his very first solo album after all these years. And looking forward to hopping on the bus with you soon, my friend.
Oh, definitely. April's coming.
It's on its way. And maybe we'll get Jericho to come over and we'll do a little wrestling, too. We'll incorporate that into the show.
It's all fake, isn't it?
Ooh. So is my
so
is my comedy. So still fooling them, Biff. All right, my friend. Yeah. Have a good day.
Okay, see you all later, guys. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.